In 1988, David was with his father in a family business, and he graduated college finally at the age of 30, I guess you were, David? 31. And we went to and I was working in the business with him, and he knew how he could grow with me and him together. But it didn't seem like his dad, who owned the company, wanted to move forward like we did. So he offered his father, a deal to let us run his business, his father's business, and we would pay him a salary. But he did not want that. So we went away and came back and decided to leave the family business and start our own. So that was September of 1988. Now, I was in banking, and I was familiar with this gentleman that was an oil discounter, and oil discounters did not provide service, just low rates on oil. And he always told me if David ever wanted to start his business, he would give him a whole list of customers to solicit for heater cleanings for oil. So when we came back, we said, okay, we're ready. We're ready for that list of names. And I was still in college, we were late bloomers, David and I. And so I would call these customers, just go down the list. Do you want your heater clean? Do you want your heater clean? Do you want your heater clean? And that's when David used to watch Hogan Heroes. And Mikhail's Navy. And always say, well, I'm never going to be able to work, never. But he was pure profit. He would go out with his Jeep and a toolbox, and he would make money. So when he went out, he made $50. That was $50 in his pocket, right?
We had
low mortgage.
And low overhead. The one day in operation was a low mortgage business.
We had low overhead. So then did one call, another call, and all of a sudden he was busy for at least 40 hours a day. So then
A
week. So then he hired his first employee, what do you think, in 1989. Todd Heschel was our first employee, and we bought our first truck. I forget who we bought that off of. Phil Vento, the guy who started us, or no?
Yes.
Yeah. He brought us a Chevy pickup copper. We love that. Okay, so anyway, then we had the courage to move out of that low income, low mortgage house into, because I knew I was saving $2,000 a month, and then we went into this house that the mortgage was 9 times that amount.
No, 9 times the amount that we were making originally. 9 times our original mortgage.
That's what I mean.
It was 9 times 2,000. So it was 9 times your.
9 times the original mortgage. So it was like a $300 mortgage. We went into at $1,800.
That's 6 times. Yeah,
That's 6 times. Okay. Sorry, Matt. Okay, so then, but David was nervous, but I was a banker, so I had that part intact, and I said, don't worry about it. And so we did that, and then our business could grow more because we could work and live out of our house. And so we did that, and we got new customers, and then I started getting involved with Philadelphia Electric, into their focus groups, and they liked having a female spokesman for the HVAC industry because it was unusual. And then I became, then we got more involved with gas and got away from oil more. But it was good. But we had to deal with employee problems like Todd, drinking alcohol. It seems like we always had to, watch our employees, not for theft, but maybe just for, not being at their top performance. But I would help them. We would put in boilers and air conditioners right? And then, let's see what else. And then, I guess Todd left us, and then we got a couple young fellas. We got a couple young fellas right out of tech school. I think Mike Z was the first one.
Well, we had a couple people between Todd and Mike.
Yeah, we did have a couple.
We had John and 2 Johns. Then Mike Z became our really first long-term employee.
Yeah, he worked with us for 10 years. So it seems like in our industry, if you do get good guys, they tend to move on to their own mom and pop shops, which we are.
Or to bigger companies.
Or to bigger companies, but you know what I mean? Really, the good ones don't hang on. And so you're always constantly training these guys and developing them.
To be your competition.
That's right.
You're training your competition.
But it's okay. It was a great living, and always was easy to stash money. And what else did we do?
The fortunate part about our business is it's a
Seasonal.
It's a needed business where it's not recession proof, but it's like recession resistant, meaning everyone's going to need heating and air conditioning, whether the economy's good or whether the economy's bad. The decision on whether the economy's good will tend to steer them to buy new equipment, but if the economy's bad, people just keep moving things on, keep fixing it, but we still benefit from that because we're capable of fixing or installing. So with the economy, we roll our business according to. If it's a bad economy, you just try to get people to keep servicing your equipment by preventive maintenances and moving on, doing stuff that keeps their units running. If the economy's good and people want to start spending money, then you bring into them the introduction of how to, what it's going to do to turn their old equipment into new equipment, to replace their equipment.
Yeah, and by the way, we do residential heating and air conditioning and light commercial. So that means we maintain and we install residential heaters and air conditioners and water heaters we do. So advertising plays a part, in which I always hated advertising. David always believed in advertising. So now with all the new technology,
that's changed in our business.
It's changed there too. So advertising's changed over 25 years. We just went through 25 years. Our employees always were a challenge, more so than customers.
But right now we have a mature group of employees, a mature group of guys that have been with us for quite a few years, and we have a good staff now. As far as our staff is now, it seems like the people are solid. They want to stay with us. They're committed to our company. But there are times you do get people that are just moving on from one job to another, and that's not good for a business. You got to, the longer you keep the employees, the better off it is.
Well, I think everybody's on like a timeline more so today. So sometimes it's harder. Customers are harder, but I would say I always love my customers.
But the customers, I think, are more loyal in the old times than they are now.
Oh, there's one going out, but I'll ignore it.
You could have answered
Customers
it.
now have so many means to finding other companies like ours that if they're not satisfied with what you tell them, then they're going to move on to someone else immediately.
You don't own your customers. Like I remember we used to, when that one employee left us, Mike Z, somebody says, oh, he's taking all your King of Prussia customers. I was like, well, they're not our customers if they're going to go to him. Okay, so they're not our customers.
We don't own our customers.
Right.
Just try to satisfy.
We always try to help friends, family, and our normal customers. And, I think most of the time they're satisfied. And we usually have a good, we follow up and we make sure, hopefully they're running good. But we have problems too. Like, every day is not easy, believe me. You put in a water heater, you might get a leak. Okay, you gotta drain it, do it again. But the day just keeps moving on, and then thank God it's over.
I think it's more stressful now.
Why?
I think because we're getting to the end of the tunnel.
Because we're getting older, so the work gets harder. As you get older, you can't do as much. And when we first started our business, we thought we could save the world, and then you realize you can't save the world, and you do only what you can. And also, now we're much busier than we were when we first started out. So if you have, at the end of the day, you still have 6 or 7 people you have to take care of, and you're tired, and you just can't do them. And before, we would only have maybe 6, 7 in the beginning. If you had 6, 7 calls a day, you were happy. But now with 4 guys working for you, you can easily have 25, 30 calls a day, and 5 or 6 of them don't get done. So and then you had to worry about rescheduling them. You've ruined their day. You had to squeeze them into the next day that's busy, and so it makes it stressful in that respect.
And people have personal things come up, like oh, Michael has a track meet, or Izzy has to go to doctors, or Tito's father is sick, so all those things you have to play into the schedule, and so personal lives play into our schedules too. But we want to respect people's personal time, because just like us, we want to be there for our family too, because we know family, you could always make money, but your kids aren't. You might miss out on your kids, so we try to do everything. But I remember before we had kids, we used to work like all the time. Don't you think, David?
Yes.
Either work on the house, renovating our house, or work in our business. I mean, like 14-hour days in the summer were nothing. David would get up at 6 in the morning, do his first call at 7, and not come home till after 9. And I don't know. We were making bank then, right? So it seems like now that we make money, but we're going towards the end of our business. So now my plan is to organize the business in order to sell it, because it doesn't seem like my kids are interested in it. But that's all right, you know what I mean? And but I mean to gear it towards a sale, and then if we would sell our business, boy, life would be even easier for us. When I stopped college, right, I always thought, what am I going to do with all my time? And then something else would happen. So that's what I'm hoping, that when we sell our business, that, something else unfolds for us. Maybe our kids will be buying houses and we'll help them renovate them. Or, maybe we'll go to Florida and check out real estate down there. We'll have more time to make better decisions instead of having a constant day-to-day 24/7 business. Just like now, I got a phone call on a 60-degree day?
Yeah. On a Sunday.
On a Sunday. Okay, come on.
I think I'll be upset, because I like to be routine. I like to get up to go to work every day. I do enjoy my job after all the years. I like the physical aspect of it. I like meeting the customers. I like talking to the customers, and I do enjoy helping people out. Most people appreciate it. Some people don't appreciate it, but most people appreciate that you came over, made their life easier, made their life simplified, without any hassles, more comfortable, and it makes you feel good at the end of the day. You had an accomplishment. I will be upset when when we terminate the business, if we do that choice.
Okay, so technology changes, and we tend to adapt to them, but not as quickly as those bigger companies, because we tend not. Our seminars, we don't really, we do go to, but not as much as we should, to know the new technology. But sometimes new efficiencies aren't really good for a normal consumer. They're good for people who like to spend money, but they're not really saving energy. They're saving energy, but they're spending more money. So I always feel conflict there, because is it them making money, energy too? So I don't know about the new efficiencies. And David has the new refrigerants that came out. Everybody has a circuit board now on their heaters. It's not as easy. It wasn't as simple, right? Systems, pressure switches, and
the training is difficult to keep up with.
It's easier for the customer, but not for the technicians.
You're going to H.
Anything else?
Okay, what else? The money's good. That's all I got to say.
Anything
It's
from
nice
you, Dad?
to make money, right?